Commissioner Kirschner, when it hits 10, you're good to go.
Okay, it is now 10 o'clock. I will call this meeting to order for Seneca County Commissioners Thursday, October 22nd at 10 a.m.
The commissioner's in here.
Pardon me?
Tony's not connected yet.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Tony's not connected yet. Give him a second.
Okay.
We need to have at least two commissioners on the session to get started.
Yeah, I would say that would be a good thing.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry.
It's a fake out move.
I don't see Shane yet either.
Okay, when one of them get on, please let me know. And we will begin.
Sorry about this, everybody. We just have technical difficulties. We'll start here in a second. I see.
Okay, do we have, I thought I saw Shane pop on there.
Yep, I see Shane.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning, good morning.
And Tony's having technical difficulties. So let me go check on him.
Thank you, Nikki. Okay,
There he is.
there you go. I abandoned the Surface and I'm now on my desktop. So,
Okay, well, let us begin then. Again, I will call the meeting to order Thursday, October 22nd. Let us begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Commissioner Paradiso, please lead us in a prayer.
dear God, thank you for another day. Thank you for allowing us to live in Seneca County. Thank you for all the blessings we have, all the good people, leaders. We are so blessed. Please guide us over this meeting, that we make good decisions, and that you are here with us throughout. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so first on the agenda today, I see, well, we better do roll call first, and then make sure who's here.
Computer.
Commissioner Kirschner,
I am here.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Okay, so first on the agenda is the Board of Elections update. Do we have someone from the board on the line this morning?
Yes, Commissioner Kirschner, this is Jimmy, Public Relations Coordinator. So they are so swamped, but they sent over a written report that I'm going to read.
Okay.
So I will get started with that. This was from Seneca County Board of Elections Deputy Director Lori Ritzler. So she said, hello, commissioners. We're processing more than 200 voters a day in the office, and it seems to be on an uptick this week so far. This is on top of training poll workers, packing and preparing for election day, auditing, and all the other responsibilities. We are hanging in there. We're proud to say the ballots are being mailed out the same day we receive an application, and this includes the first round that started on October 6th. They've brought on a full-time temp worker and 2 part-time temp workers to help them out. And they said their best investment so far has been the letter opener and the date stamper that's saving them about 3 or 4 hours a day. So it's definitely paying off on that investment. They also wanted to say that you can keep updated on voting activity daily if you go to their website. And you can go there at boe.ohio.gov/Seneca. And on there, you can actually look at the absentee information and absentee lists, which I will do really quick right now so I can report that as well. And I will give you a report on how many absentee ballots have been sent out. I know yesterday when I checked it too, there were, I believe, more than 2,000 people who had voted early already, which is pretty amazing when you're talking about registered voters, about 33 to 35,000, I believe. So let me go ahead and pull up the absentee information here for us. Absentee info. And this is pretty cool. It's pretty easy. Gives some information about how to vote by absentee, vote early. I do also want to note that they said thank you for the support and making it possible to do our jobs efficiently. So, all right, absentee information. Let's find absentee lists so I can give you the numbers. Okay, so they've got 10,507 records so far, which is really incredible. By mail, they've sent out 7,713 ballots. In office, they've had 2,476 people vote so far. So there's also a further breakdown on the website if you want to go there. Once again, that is boe.ohio.gov/Seneca. You click on absentee information, click on absentee lists, and it'll give you that report. One other thing, this was not in their report, Commissioner Kirchner, but I wanted to let our listeners and our viewers know that we are going to once again do an election night live stream. And so be on the lookout. There'll be a press release that goes out next week with a link to that for those who have Facebook or those who don't. But if you do have it, go to the Seneca County Board of Elections page and you can watch the live stream with results and information about how everything goes for the unofficial canvas. Okay, that's it. Any questions? I can try to answer them. I've been working closely with them.
Just as a public service announcement for those of us that aren't really computer savvy, if you want to vote in person early, you can go to 71 South Washington Street. For over the next couple of weeks, they have their hours posted on their site. And I think it's interesting to know, you said there's been more than 7,000 absentee ballots sent out. On the very first day, October 6th, they actually sent out 7,000 absentee ballots. So that kind of tells you the strong activity they have. And certainly our thanks from the Commissioner's Office to the Board of Elections folks for doing a great job. So far, so good. They're extremely busy. And as you said, they've been processing about 200 votes daily. But again, if you want to vote in person early, 71 South Washington Street during their business hours. Okay. Anything else, Commissioners, you want to add about voting? All right. So, Stacy Wilson, it is your Zoom meeting to take over at this point.
Okay, I will bring up my CARES request. We'll do those first. Share. Maybe. All right, why is it not showing up?
Maybe Tony can help you.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Need your help, Tony.
that's a big maybe.
Had to have it open first. Okay, so we have a lower amount today. We've got requests from Job and Family Services. They're getting some hygiene stations, some disinfectant steam guns, some nano atomizers, and some spray bottles. Looks like some laptops, shoulder for the laptops they bought for working at home. Juvenile probate court, getting a Surface Pro for Judge Meyer, buying some additional spray bottles, some sandwich bags to put masks in, storage caddies. Youth Center needed additional microphone cable for allowing social distancing with their Zoom and their kids, teaching with their kids. Maintenance, John has requested us put some automatic towel dispensers for all the bathrooms in the buildings. Our committee met yesterday and had asked maybe if John could look into maybe the automatic soap dispensers. So I'm going to ask John to do that, but he had asked and got prices for doing the automatic towel dispensers. Public safety, doing some additional communications equipment, and also I think approved at our last meeting was the actual generator. We've got the quotes for the actual install, and you can see $8,680 for the install. So the total for this week is $37,451.92, which brings our total to $1,110,558.79. I want to kind of show you where we're at. As you can see, round 1, 2, and 3, this was our total. If approved today, this will be our amount currently spent. The sub grants that I'll discuss in here in a minute, along with the admin fees for those. I'm still working with United Way to get their contract and their admin fees in here. So with just what I have so far, what we have left with our CARES Act dollars is $1,194,525.66. I wanted to keep you guys up to date on where those numbers are at. Do you have any questions? Any questions on the requests we have this week?
I make a motion, we approve this week's request.
I'll second that.
Did we lose Mike?
I'm sorry, I gotta get off on, that's the phrase of the year, right? Please get off mute. We will have a vote on that. Roll call, please, Nikki.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Stacy, anything else?
Yes, I have all of the preliminary contracts that I'd like to present to you today for TCEP, for Fostoria Economic Development, and also for Great Lakes Community Action Partnership. The prosecutor has approved preliminarily all three. There was a couple programming changes, which is on a different document. So what I'm asking is, I have 3 different resolutions approving TCEP's, Fostoria's, and Great Lakes pending prosecutor's approval. So when those final items get approved by Ellie Anderson, that we can get those and authorizing me to sign. So we don't have to wait till next week's board session. So we want to get them going as soon as possible, and I think they're ready. I think, TCEP is on the line today if they have anything to say, but we are ready. We are still working with United Way. They're getting me their final grant agreement, hopefully yet today, but I didn't have it prepared. We don't have it ready to do that today.
So you're asking for authorization to sign on behalf of the commissioners for
Yes.
those grants. Okay. So I will accept the motion.
I'll move that. I'll move that. This is time sensitive. So with the prosecutor's review, I will authorize that, make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Thank you. Nikki, roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Okay. Stace, anything else?
Nope, that's all I have today.
Okay, we'll move into commissioners' reports. Commissioner Thomas,
I have no report today.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Well, that's a tough act to follow there, Commissioner. Short report. The solid waste district is going through the annual budget. I have been appointed as a representative from Seneca County, Commissioner Ryder, Sandusky County, and Mark Stahl of Ottawa County, of Ottawa County. We met and are making some progress. There's some work to do. We have another meeting scheduled prior to our meeting in December of the full board. So just wanted everyone to know we are moving ahead with that budget process. The had some good progress with the museum. What we're trying to do is we're meeting with both sides, meaning the foundation, the Historical Society, as well as the county, all sides, I should say, as we try to get a good consensus and agreement. There seems to be a positive tone on working together going forward. Both sides have different things going on. The foundation met last night. They have hired a director, and so that will be forthcoming. They are going to go through the museum tomorrow and tour that just to get a handle on it. We've met with the Historical Society. We're going to go through the museum on Monday to discuss. So that'll be Tanya and Mark to discuss inventory, where we're at, what needs to be done. I think these are all positive steps. Working on a job description with Tanya. So that's a solid report. We all want to get this to a conclusion, and so I don't know if we'll be ready by next Thursday or not, but that's our goal. I've been in constant communication with Derek, prosecutor. Commissioner Kirschner had round one put together of a contract arrangement between the foundation. We're adding some other pieces to that, but it's basically starting to come. It's coming together real nicely, I should say. I have made contact with 7 of the 9 advisory board members. They've all agreed to serve. We do not have a meeting set for that yet. I'm going to kind of wait till we get just maybe a little further or an agreement in place before we have that meeting. But we should hit the ground running with that. Just want to make a comment on EMS. I'm very pleased with the progress the commissioners are making with EMS. There's obviously work to do, but want the public to know that we are constant communication. We're working on this. It's complex, but it's moving in the right direction. So that's all I have at this point.
Yeah, as it relates to EMS, just to let everyone know, we have a series of meetings. We've had some, and we continue to try to move that forward. We've got another meeting scheduled, I think, for next Tuesday, at which point we will try then to get most of the ambulance districts together afterward to discuss in detail the direction we want to head. Kudos to Ken Majors and his staff for continuing to move this forward. Stacy's done a lot of work on it, so thanks to all. Tony, thanks much for your work on the museum. Hopefully we will be able to get this thing moving forward here pretty quickly. That's a good thing. All towards progress. So anything else, Tony?
Nope. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, the only item that I have this morning to talk about a tad is the discussion we've had now for about 2 years, and that is the server in the auditor's office. I have contacted everyone this morning. It was late notice, but Julie said she couldn't be on the call today because she had other meetings going on. But the fact is that we have a technology committee of which Commissioner Paradiso is sets. We have been discussing this server now for somewhere in excess of 2 years. The server that is now at the auditor's office is a 2008 version that Microsoft is no longer supporting. We have spent time, money, and effort in establishing a server room, which is in the annex of the Justice Center. That room is climate controlled. That room is secure with cameras, etc. And it has a generator that will support any potential power outages so that all the servers in the county can stay up. I see no good reason why we should not move the auditor server there, understanding that elected officials make their own decisions as it relates to the running of their office. But efficiency, security, safety, and as much as anything else, dual control is important, because we don't want any possibility of single control over any server in the county, so that somebody else has an eye on that thing in case there is any matter of concern. So I would like to recommend to the auditor from the commissioners that that server be moved by no later than the end of this year, and preferably by December 1st. The reasons I kind of gave you earlier is that the server that she has now is old. We have purchased another server that is sitting there waiting for its use. It's ready to go. The technology committee has complied with all the desires of those folks, including a policy as it relates to servers. This has been a matter of discussion for, as I say, 2 years. So I'd like to set a date certain and make the request of the auditor that server be moved to the server room. I'll leave it open for discussion at this point. I think, Shane, did you sit on technology for a while?
No, but I was, when we purchased the server, I said that we would purchase it if it went in the server room, because it is climate controlled and security controlled. And, it does have a generator backup, which, we've seen that blip recently. So I concur, just a little bit more context on that. I mean, there was a situation that predates us where there was some controversy about the server and access to the server. And so that's created the scenario where there is a little bit of distrust about access. Now, I think we've remedied that by having a data center access policy that I believe everybody has signed off on. So, I guess what I would say, Mike, is, I think we can send a letter requesting this certain date, and that we, expect this to happen by year end. I would like to accompany that statement with, a statement affirming the data center access policy, and so that there is no room for discussion in the future about access. So, something to the effect of, the Justice Center is, maintained, and the data center are maintained by the commissioners completely, and that it's for the benefit of all the citizens of Seneca County and elected officials, and that we affirm the, and endorse the policy as adopted by the IT committee for access, and we'll actively defend the auditor's right to access to it, but we do need it over there. So I think some wording like that puts the auditor on a firm footing in the future if there's any dispute, and it holds us accountable as well. And so, that's kind of where I think we should be.
Okay, I did try to get to let Julie know in advance of the meeting. It was short notice this morning, and she did have another one. And she also said that she's going to be busy next week. I would like her input, but I would
And
think
I've had a
that-
number of conversations with her, so I think I sense her trepidation. None of us want anything less than a complete and independent auditor. So, we don't want to create leverage against independent audit. But this is a situation where, for the benefit of all the citizens of Seneca County, having the server in a room that's very protected and climate controlled is in the best interest of everyone. We just have to offer the appropriate assurances. And I would be willing to sign a letter that offers those assurances. But it's less relevant coming from me than it would be from you and Tony. So,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll let Tony chime in here. He is on the technology committee at this point. So any thoughts from you, Commissioner Purdy? So,
I concur with both of you. And Julie's done a great job as our auditor. She's she's got some history, and so she's a little hesitant in some certain areas of moving that server out of her office. Now, that said, I agree. We have Fort Knox over there that's state of the art as far as temperature control, generator backup. There's security from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30. So we did establish, Julie was part of that committee along with others, a Seneca County data center access policy. And so what that basically means is, when can you get in there? And then more importantly, who can get in there? Who has access? And the elected officials, Gene Eckleberry, any elected official that wants to get in there has access. And then we have different times where they can get in. It's all key coded. There's cameras. I mean, it's bulletproof. So we've adopted all that. The county has purchased a server. So I concur. I mean, I would like to see that server moved in there, and I would like to see the auditor's information on it. We can't make her do it, I guess, but I would certainly support a letter and a resolution having that done by the end of the year.
okay. I think that we can ask Stacy to put a letter together for us, and we can formalize that next week. It's been a couple of years, so there isn't any huge rush here. And I would like Julie to have an opportunity to at least respond to some of the stuff that she's going to hear from this meeting today. So if there are any legitimate reasons not to do it, I'd like to hear those. Specifically at this point, I think that we have neutralized any concerns out there as it relates to security and policy, et cetera. But if there's something else, I'd like to know about it. If not, I just think, it's a question of personal choice. And we believe that it's in the best interest of the county to have that in an area that's designed specifically for servers. And that, coupled with the fact that the current server is on its last leg, if you will, certainly makes the time for transition to be, optimal. So let's do it. All right. So we'll put something together, Stacy, for next week. I'll let her have all the commissioners review it, make sure they're comfortable with the language, and we'll adopt it at next week's meeting. Okay. Well, it is almost 10:30, and you have some RFQs to open.
Right now I have one. Nikki, do you have any more out there? Has anybody dropped any off? Okay, then we only have one today. And I guess if I stall for 1 minute, it'll be exactly 10:30. There it is. So the only RFQ we received is from Stantec Consulting Services out of Columbus, Ohio, which is actually the company that we are using right now. So we will review these and
How often is that, contract out? Every 5 years?
5 years. 5 years.
Okay, the last time around, do you recall if we got other bids?
Yes.
Okay,
We had another firm before prior, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When Richland Engineering, they were actually our engineering firm for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Mm.
okay. Old business. Anything, gentlemen, ladies?
Swung out to the airport and the taxiway is complete. I think we're ready to accept cargo aircraft on that taxiway. It's nice, and so hats off to everybody who took a real odd situation and brought it to conclusion. So it looks good.
I think we turned those lemons into lemonade, right? Hopefully. Okay, let's go on then to new business, Stacy.
Okay, so I have a few today. I have a supplemental appropriation request from Juvenile Probate Court. This is actually replacing a SUP that she had done last week. She had actually accidentally put it under the mediation line and it should have been the equipment line. It just a typo. So it was just put in the wrong line. So she needs the $1,500 into her equipment line for the security cameras. This is a decrease for the error in the line that was done last week. So she's doing a decrease from that line. It looks like she's got this on twice. My next one. And then I have a supplemental request. This is at the request of Job and Family Services. This is for their services for children, $10,000, requesting additional funding for daycare expenses. Make sure I am not.
Stace, I think that other one she did want, because I did talk with her.
Yeah, I see that. There's two different fund numbers. So the total must be 3,000. One is coming out of her special projects fund, and the other one is coming out of her delinquent care and custody fund. Yep, you're right, Nikki. Thank you. And then I have the resolution authorizing the 2020 schedule of expenditures of federal award contracts between Julian and Grube, Seneca County, on behalf of the Seneca County Auditor for 2021. They're the company that they use to get our federal schedules ready and prepared for the audit. And then we have a resolution fixing the date and time for viewing and public hearing for the vacation of 2 alleys located in Loudon Township. I gotta quit sharing my screen so I can bring the date up. And that is for the viewing will be set on Thursday, December 3rd, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. And that will be at the location of the alleys in Loudon Township. And then the hearing will be scheduled for Thursday, December 3rd at 10:15. Says in the office of the commissioner's office, but it will be by Zoom. So the viewing is at 9:30 and the hearing will be at 10:15.
Commissioner Paradiso, you've never had the pleasure of viewing a vacated alley request, have you yet?
No, but I've read through the email. It's interesting.
Yeah, this is quite an adventure.
I think that's all the resolutions I have.
Okay. Very good. I will accept the motion for approval of the new business.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Nikki?
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Okay, the time has come. Do we have anything else on the agenda, Stacy, we need to address?
No, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew. I think last week we were going to talk about the MLK, Martin Luther King topic, and due to some illness, it was postponed. And I think it was just a little bit of an agenda misunderstanding. We didn't put it on the published agenda, which I think Shane might have worked better for Paul anyway. So we will put that on the agenda for next week. I just didn't want to forget to mention it, since we did say at our last meeting that we would schedule it for today. But we weren't sure that everybody was still feeling okay. So that will be on the agenda for next week. So.
Perfect. Thank
Good.
you. Okay, the time has come for public comment. Jimmy?
Nothing in the chat right now. Obviously, if you're on the phone line, you can hit *6 to unmute. If not, I think Audrey's here and ready to go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Audrey.
Thanks for letting me chat for a little bit. So just 2 brief updates for you today, since we gave our very long update to you last week. So there was a new business announcement. Dr. Sears' office expansion was announced on Monday. So that'll be over near the Willows, and that's a great investment for that local company. So Nick did a great job working with them on that. And also just wanted to let you all know an update on the Seneca Cares that David and I have been working very hard with county staff. Thank you, Stacy and Julie and the prosecutor's office. And we're also working with all the townships and villages to complete that process. And you can look for a big public announcement about it tomorrow with all the details. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Perfect. Thank you, Audrey, very much. I see Roger Hunker has something he'd like to share with us.
Yeah, commissioners, just this is actually a personal note. I know we're a couple weeks behind this, but my family just wanted to thank you guys, Shane especially, and Paul Harrison, for taking care of the care center out on Route 6 or County Road 6. As my parents had been out there and actually had medical records that were still out there. So just appreciate you guys getting that taken care of.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else, Jimmy?
Seeing none at this time. Going once, going twice.
Okay, hearing none. Everyone have a very healthy and happy week, please. We are adjourned.
Thanks.